Oh, that was savage. Some people might wonder why I just did an hour on a bike in 30-second sprints with the two lads for fun. And to be honest, the reason that I do cardio isn't to lose weight. It isn't because I need to burn more calories to eat food. The reason I do cardio is because it makes me feel good knowing that I'm putting myself in a position that my body doesn't like, and I'm taking control and I'm pushing through that point. It's like every time my body says stop, I'm not listening to it, I'm just going for it and going for it and going for it, because my body's saying stop isn't because it actually needs to stop, it's just because it's getting tired, the muscles are getting tired, that's literally it. So if I can control my mentality, if I can get to that point and continue when other people would stop, then I consider that a win. And that's why I do cardio, that's why I put myself through pain and through like hard workouts. Not because I necessarily want to be the fittest person in the world or the most ripped or the biggest or anything like that. It's the mental game now. For me, it's a case of I want to make sure that I know that I can put myself through things. I control my body. I control when it stops and when it starts. Like, that is the reason that I do it, because I want to be able to control myself, and knowing that whatever the situation is that comes up in my life, I'll be able to mentally get through that. And that's why I train. And that's why I put myself in a hole when a lot of people would stop or they'd give in or anything like that. When my legs want to stop working, when the lactic acid's built up and they slow down, it's that they physically cannot move. Not because I've given up. If I give up, then I've been a failure. But I don't give up, and that's why I do cardio, to get myself past that point where a lot of people give up and I just keep going. I think it makes me a stronger person in life if I can do that. How's it going, guys? I'm Birtwistle and welcome back to the vlog. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing you a little bit around my town, my home city of London. Now, I've got to tell you a little bit of a secret. I'll be honest, when I first moved here about 12 years ago, I hated it. Absolutely hated London. I'm from the countryside. I lived in like a little village. I used to get on my bike and just go and ride from like village to village when I was younger. And there was barely any cars. We had one shop, one pub, and that was pretty much it. Post office. So coming from that into London was just such a massive shock for me, and I really didn't like it. I didn't like the people. There was too many. It was too noisy. It was too loud. It just like, I couldn't deal with it. And I remember going back home after being in London for a bit and seeing my mum, and she was like, oh, so how are you finding it? How are you enjoying London? And I was like, Mum, I hate it. I can't stand the place. But now, that's completely different. I love London. I can't imagine myself living anywhere else at the moment. Like, honestly, it satisfies so many of my needs, and I have a lovely flat here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to head out into town. I'm just going to go and mooch around, see what's going on, show you guys some of the amazing things that I love about London, and just see where the day takes us. So, let's get out of here. Got to wrap up warm because it's London, and even though it's almost spring / summer, it's not hot. So one of the things that I used to really hate about London, to be honest, was all of the people. It's just coming from the countryside and moving into London, honestly, it was just such a huge shock to be surrounded by so many people all the time. it really took me, like, honestly, about 2 years to get used to being around so many people and having buses everywhere, traffic, the tube, the carnage, the stress, all of that. But now it's strange, because when I go back to the countryside and there isn't anybody on board within like a day, it's so interesting. It's like one of those things where you get used to the situation that you're in. Your body adapts to it, your mind adapts to it. And like, I've adapted to being in London now, so that when I go back to the countryside, when I go back to see my mum and we're in like her village, honestly, like after a day I'm like, what are we doing? What is there to do here? Because there's literally nobody around. It's funny how we kind of go through those changes, and like, maybe at first the thing that we try and do is scary or daunting or difficult, and we're not used to it and we can't handle it, and it's too much stress and it like overpowers our psyche. But then like, the more you do it, the more you kind of get used to that thing and you get adapted to it. So it's kind of like what I'm doing right now. What was it, like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I filmed the first vlog, and I was saying how I don't like shooting in public. I'm not feeling confident with my skills, anything like that. And yet today I'm walking around central London shooting the whole time. There's people walking past here the whole time. There we go. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm not confident, I'm not comfortable. I don't feel like I should really be doing it for some strange reason. Yet the only way to get used to doing the thing is by doing the thing. You don't get used to it by thinking about it. You have to do it. And so that's why today I've decided for this vlog, I'm just gonna mooch around London, gonna check out some spots and stop and talk to the camera wherever I feel like I should say up. And here we are. This is it, London Eye. Is such an amazing place. We are on like the forefront of equality. We're on the forefront of getting rid of all of the boundaries between people. That's the thing I love about London now. Yeah, nothing's perfect, and I'm absolutely not going to say that it is, but we're definitely working to make everything more equal. You know, if somebody is being racist on the tube, then people will stand up against that. If you see shit happening that shouldn't be happening, it is often that people will step up and take a stand against it. Being accepted, London's one of the first places that's going to happen, no matter what your skin colour, your race, your religion, your gender, anything like that. And that's the thing that I honestly love about this place now. When I go to other places and people say things, I'm just like, oh my God, like, you're so behind the times. The boundaries between individuals, between people of different social status, race, religion, gender, ethnicity, all of that stuff should be broken down completely. And I think that London is somewhere that is trying to do that, because you have people from all over the world here. It's literally a melting pot of different people from everywhere, and that's honestly what I love, because at the end of the day, all we are exactly the same, right? No matter where you come from, no matter anything, all of our differences, often the reason that we're scared is just because we don't know. People fear what they don't know and they don't understand it. And now, if people break down those boundaries and share information and get over the differences, then we'll all come together, and then we'll be happier, and then everything will be better. Experience. I literally was just stood here watching, reading these scripts on the floor. One of them really resonated with me, so I went up to the lad that has spent hours writing all of this down. The guy behind me actually stood over here, a guy called Lee, and we had a little chat about everything, and that one sentence down there, which it basically says to me that we're not perfect, no one's perfect. We can't claim to be perfect because everyone makes mistakes, and the only way that we can actually be happy with ourselves really is to try and improve ourselves every day. That act of self-development, about understanding our weaknesses, about realising that we're not perfect and we're not brilliant, and actually we can always do better, I think was just amazing. And Lee, great guy, he gave me this. Just goes to show, I don't know this guy, we never talked before, but just going up, speaking to him, finding out his name is giving me the opportunity to learn a bit more, and also he shared something with me. He gave me this for free. He's a homeless man, he gave it to me for free. I felt so bad because I didn't have any money to give him. I didn't have any change on me, had nothing, no money at all. And so yeah, just goes to show, an act of kindness, an act of being open and friendly gets rewarded. It might not get rewarded immediately, but in the long run. Something that I just never ever do is take the time to stop and appreciate the place where I am. Like, I think there's so many of us here in London are super guilty of it as well. We just kind of go about our daily lives, not really taking in much about what it is, and not stopping to think and not stopping to look and see what is going on. Actually, since starting this vlog, my perception of a lot of things has actually changed, because I'm taking the time to consider what are the details, what are the things that are interesting, what makes this place this place. I'm starting to appreciate them more. I'm not like living with blinders on. So even if like nothing else comes out of this, already my perception of things has changed, and that's pretty exciting. Interesting thing, someone actually mentioned to me the other day, they kind of realised that I've kind of got these two sides, right? There's like the fun, excited, super energetic side that you saw in last week's vlog when I was at Body Power, and then I've got this kind of like slightly calmer, slightly more placid side, which has definitely come out today. And it's interesting because like the two sides, it's like the only difference is when I'm like surrounded by people I know. Effectively, I'm one of those people that if I'm around energetic people, then I get more energetic and more hyped up, and it just like snowballs. Whereas like if I'm by myself, then I'm a lot more docile. And it's just interesting that that someone picked up that thing about me. So if today's vlog has seen a little bit more docile, a little bit quieter, a little bit less intense than last week, then that's kind of why, because I've been by myself today, and so you kind of get those two different sides of the coin, which is super interesting. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. It's been a little bit different to last week, and that is going to kind of continue. This vlog is not just like one dimensional. It is 2 and 3 dimensional. It's ever changing. It's multi-dimensional. It's left, right, up, down. No, I kind of got off topic there, didn't I? Anyway, today's been a bit different. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please smash that subscribe button, show some love, show me a little bit in the comments section below if you have enjoyed this, what you liked about it, maybe something you'd like me to discuss, perhaps even. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Ciao.